watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
And temperatures cooling off a little bit compared to yesterday. Cold front moved through last night, a couple sprinkles with it, but behind it, once again, dry air moving in, and we get sunshine. I'll show you sky cam in just a moment. But in the meantime, our temperatures have warmed from the 30s this morning to around 43 here in Grand Rapids. That's at the airport, 45 in Holland, 40 in Hudsonville, 43 in downtown Kalamazoo. Let's take a look at one of those sky cams right now. We'll take you to Georgetown Township. Not a cloud in the sky at the present time. I don't expect many until late in the day, when we'll see some filtered sunshine as some high clouds move across the area. A 24-hour temperature change is to show you a different air mass moving in. Yesterday, if you recall, we had a breezy south wind. One of the reasons we made it into the 50s. Today, a north wind, and it's drawing some colder air from the north. There's still a snowpack on the ground across the UP, so anytime you have a wind out of the north this time of year, you're going to tap some colder temperatures, and that is the case. We're running about 5 degrees colder right now compared to yesterday at the same time, and it's actually, that difference will increase this afternoon. The wind out of the north at 9 in Grand Rapids, 10 in the Fremont area, or at least northwest at 10 in the Fremont area, and so everybody's seeing that northerly component to the wind. You factor in that wind, it feels as if it's in the 30s, and that wind chill will kind of hover right around 40 degrees for much of the afternoon. High pressure off to our north and west, featuring a lot of dry air, and that's why we kind of scoured out any clouds away from lower Michigan for the most part. If you look closely, you can see some of those high clouds now building in right around the Minneapolis area. Those will continue streaming eastward fairly quick, and I think before the sun sets, we'll see some of those high clouds pouring in. As far as the forecast for you in the next 24 hours, you can see at 6 o'clock that wind's going to actually lighten up a little bit as that area of high pressure moves in. Temperatures at 6 o'clock right around 45 degrees, and if you look closely, you can see right over Lake Michigan that leading edge of those high clouds. I still think we're going to see a decent sunset out there this evening. As we roll into the evening hours, still dry if you're heading out. Clouds will take over though, and look at this. After midnight, we sometimes see this as a warm front moves across the area. We're still locked with a colder air mass, and what sometimes happens, you get a little precipitation breaking out, and it will be cold enough for a little rain snow mix possible if you're north of Grand Rapids. I'd say M46, Muskegon over to around Cedar Springs, Howard City, up towards the Big Rapids area, and also around Newaygo. You could actually wake up to a small little dusting of snow tomorrow morning. That quickly moves out. Then it looks like we'll start the day Saturday on a dry note, but the second half of the day, we ought to see some showers move across the area as a cold front approaches, and that's you can see the yellows and also the green showing up, indicating that rain moving out there. So the driest part of Saturday will be during the morning hours. It looks like temperature-wise, we could hit 60 if you're along I-94 and to the south. And if you're up around Grand Rapids near I-96, about mid-50s, farther north, a little bit cooler. So kind of a difficult temperature forecast. But then that rain clears out, it looks like, very early on Sunday morning. Really, most of Sunday does appear dry. And then next week, that's not the case, Rick. Kind of a changing the pattern. This week, it was cool and dry. Next week, cool and wet.
Yeah, as long as that moisture stays liquid, I'll be all right with that.
Yeah, it's a little iffy at times, so stay tuned.
Thanks, man.